ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please remain standing for the playing of Team Canada's national anthem. Your support. We'd also like to take this opportunity to give one thanks to the team officials serving us tonight.
Eight countries, 12 games, one place to watch. The best young talent in the world comes to Austin, battling for the U19 World Championship. Team USA defends their global bragging rights. June 30th through July 7th, live on KBVO.
From Burger Stadium in Austin, Texas, it's the semifinal round of the International Federation of American Football, the IFAF Under-19 World Championship. Semifinal number 1 pits the number 2 seed, Team Canada, against the number 3 seed, Team Japan. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to our coverage of the semifinal round and more coverage of the IFAF World Under-19 Football Championship. I'm Craig Way, alongside Anthony Wood, head football coach at Westwood High here in the greater Austin area. Both of these teams advanced with quarterfinal wins. In the quarterfinal round, it was Team Canada, the number 2 seed, winning handily over Sweden 43-0, although it was just a 10-0 score at the half. And they played Team Japan, the number 3 seed, who advanced with a 27-6 quarterfinal win over Team France. Now, Anthony, both teams were impressive in their quarterfinal victories, although is it safe to say both these teams go about things differently, especially offensively?
Absolutely. You know, Japan's going to play more of a traditional style offset offense where they're going to ball control, play action pass, really control the clock, whereas in Canada you're going to see more of a spread offense. They're going to be balanced, but they're going to spread it out, up-tempo, really going to move the football well.
Well, one thing that we saw was both teams be very opportunistic as well in the first game of the day when Japan defeated France 27-6. Kevin Coughlin, their outside linebacker, had an interception return for a touchdown, also had a fumble recovery. Japan turned France turnovers into points. Canada did the same thing in the second half of its 43-0 win over Sweden. And like we always say, it doesn't matter what country you're in, turnovers are a big part of football.
Absolutely, they are. And if you look at total number of plays, you know, Japan only had 43 plays with 200 yards of offense, and Canada had 59 plays with over 500 yards of offense. So it's really going to be an exciting game to watch tonight.
Well, the winner of this game will move on to the championship round on Saturday evening, and they will take on the winner of semifinal number 2, which will match the number 1 seed, the defending champion, Team USA, taking on the number 4 seed, Austria. Team USA advancing to the semifinal round with a 27-6 win over American Samoa last Saturday. And it was Austria in what was the first game of the tournament, knocking out Panama 40-0. Also, of course, keep in mind that all of these teams play 3 games in 8 days. It started last Saturday, this afternoon on a hot Independence Day across the United States, and especially here in Texas where the temperatures are close to 100 degrees. It's a hot semifinal afternoon, and then there will be consolation round games that were played yesterday and the consolation finals, the 5th place and 7th place games, which will take place on Friday. The bronze medal game will take place Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock with the loser of this game against the loser of the game between the U.S. and Austria, and then the gold medal game at 8 o'clock next Saturday night. We're ready to go. Team Canada will kick off, and it'll be Luis Felipe Simino kicking off for Team Canada. Happy you joined us, and we're underway. And it'll be fielded at the 13-yard line by Satoshi Sagino. And Sagino, with a good return, brings it out over the 40. Sagino had a big game, not only in special teams, but as the starting running back for Team Japan, and he'll be in the backfield for Team Japan as they open from their own 42-yard line.
A really nice return. You see they set up a middle return and were able to hit that first wall really well, and looked like a really good play.
Team Japan quarterbacked by Kyogo Kishimura, who had a solid, if unspectacular, first game in Japan's win over France. So on first down and 10, that is Sagino, the motion back, and it is the toss back to Sagino, trying to turn the corner, and an excellent open field tackle made by Kevin McGee, the linebacker for Canada, knocking him down after a gain of only a yard.
You see what they did is they really just went to a quick pitch and tried to get out on the edge as fast as they could.
Second down and 9 from the 43-yard line. Team Japan in the white. They are the visitors for this game as the lower-seeded team. Team Canada in the home red as the higher-seeded team. For Japan, spreading the field, a couple of wide receivers, including the motion receiver, Tsunoshi. And back to pass is Kishimura. Pressure coming for Kishimura, and manages to bounce forward out to the 45-yard line, a gain of 3 yards on the play, but had a hard time doing that as Team Canada brought the defense led by Brett Wade.
Yeah, Sarrazin had a really good play making the defensive or the offensive tackle miss and got a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
You get a look at there on the replay, and you see as finally Kishimura did the right thing just to tuck it in and lean forward back to the 45-yard line. So it's third down and 7 from the 45 for Team Japan. And Kishimura with some time to the air, caught in the first down and out of bounds. The slot receiver, Goda Kinoshita, takes it into Team Canada, get territory down to the 44-yard line as he picks up 11 yards and a first down for Team Japan.
Yeah, you see him get in more of a spread-style look. They got in a pistol set and had a little out route, and were able to make the first down. It was a nice little throw by the quarterback.
11 yards on the play, first and 10. Team Japan just underway, opening possession of the football game. And Japan going to the one-back set now out of that pistol with 4 receivers. Kyogo Kishimura, the quarterback. A look right and a throw back to the left, and a screen set up for Nishimura. Aruto Nishimura with a flag down, the ball all the way down to the 33-yard line. Would be enough for the first down, but let's check the flag. And that was one thing, Anthony, that all of the teams, all 8 teams, whether you won or lost, had difficulty with in their first games was penalties. And some of that, I guess, is due to the downtime and only having a week to work together. And that's one thing that all the coaches said they wanted to see improvement with for their team. In this case, it's a holding penalty. The spot foul is going to move it back and negate a lot of the yardage for Team Japan.
Yeah, it was really a nicely set screen. Canada was playing man coverage here to the field, and Japan had it set up nicely. Just unfortunate they got the holding call.
Now the spot foul will take it back to the original line of scrimmage. So it was right at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be back to the 44-yard line. So it was right at near the end of the play, so it's like it never happened. Start with first and 10 again from the 44-yard line for Japan. Kishimura with some time now, pressure coming. And that pass picked off down at the 21-yard line, sitting back in coverage, waiting to pick that off for Team Canada. What a great job by Keegan Arnyek to zero in on it. The turnover gives the football to Team Canada.
Yeah, you saw Japan trying to sprint out, had number 84 open, and just overthrew the overthrew the pass, which gave Keegan a nice chance to make a good play.
So Keegan Arniak with the interception. Team Canada comes to the line with quarterback Will Finch, one of 3 quarterbacks Canada used in its 43-0 quarterfinal win over Sweden. A handoff, first down, and powering forward is Christopher Amoa. Amoa up to the 25-yard line, and a pickup of 3 on the play brings up second down 7.
You know, watching Canada practice yesterday, they're a good-looking football team. Great size.
Second down and 7 from the 25. Again, the handoff and sweep into the left side, looking for some running room and fighting his way is Amoa, and he's one of several different backs that head coach Noel Thorpe and offensive coordinator Pat Boyes will use. Get another look at it here, and just some good, hard, tough running.
Yeah, he's running. You see the quarterback there make a good read for the sweep handoff, and he gets some tough yardage there.
Brings up third down. And a long 2 needed for the first. This time, Kevin Coughlin, the linebacker, comes through for Japan as he slams into Christopher Amoa and drops him short of the first down. In fact, a loss on the play back to the 28.
You know, as a coach, third and short are your big plays. They're game changers. They're momentum changers. And you see making another great play. Had a great game a couple of days ago, and seeing he's starting off this game just as good as he finished the last one.
As we mentioned, Kevin Coughlin for Team Japan with the had a pick 6 and a fumble recovery for Japan, and that quarterfinal win comes through with a big third down stop. And on fourth down, Simino to punt. With the pressure coming, the kick is away. Not a especially long kick. In fact, veered out of bounds because we've got a very strong southerly breeze, Anthony, and it's tough to kick into that breeze.
Yeah, and he got some pressure off the edge, which made him adjust his angle of the kick, which really pushed it out of bounds a lot sooner than he'd like to do that.
Just a 22-yard punt, so it takes it out to midfield, and so Team Japan with its second possession of this first quarter, a second opportunity and the chance for everybody to get a little more comfortable on the offense now.
Yeah.
Here it is, first down and 10 for Japan. Nishimura, one of the receivers, and Kyoga Kishimura on the toss outside to Saginaw. Saginaw with some dashing and darting inside the 30. And Arturo Saginaw takes it down to the 25-yard line, a gain of 25 yards for Satoshi Saginaw and a first down.
You know, that's the same play they started out with to start the game, but they did it from the offset I formation this time, and you see that they get out there a little bit quicker. He's getting downhill, and he's able to get his pad square to the line of scrimmage and be able to make that first move.
25-yard pickup for Satoshi Saginaw. And it's first down and 10 for Team Japan. Second possession on the move. Out of the offset eye, the fullback or H-back is Hiroshuki Akatsu. He's offset to the left side, but off play action. The throw back to Nishimura. And Nishimura, a first down and inside the 10. It'll be first and goal for Japan down to the Team Canada 6-yard line. 19 yards on the quick pass back to the opposite side of the field to Arudo Nishimura.
It sure looks like Japan's found a weakness in the secondary there. They're finding man coverage, and they're able to get that quick screen outside and get a lead blocker. And that's going to be tough for Canada to stop if they keep playing that same coverage.
Nishimura all the way down to the 6-yard line. And a timeout called on the field right now as Japan takes the timeout here to try to settle in on first and goal. And if you're, first of all, each coach, what could they be telling their teams right now here on first and goal? It's a chance also for Canada to try to catch its breath a little bit. Down on the field is Edward Godengosaline, who is down on the field, and he's now up. But Canada trying to regroup a little bit here.
You know, Canada needs to just get a little bit more aggressive out in the secondary. They're playing pretty soft coverage out there. It really looks like they're trying to make sure that they don't get beat with the play-action pass. But what's hurting them now is they're dropped off so much that the short screen passes are giving them trouble.
Yeah. Get a look at the run by Saginaw. They're good blocking out front. He picked his way through traffic on that 25-yard run.
Yeah, you know, once you get going downhill and a running back's able to make those cuts, he did a really good job of making that first guy miss.
So, and then the pass to Nishimura.
You know, the screen was set up again off of play action, which really got Canada moving one direction, which was got that tackle out there blocking, which made it a one-on-one situation.
First and goal, and James Takata is the running back. And also, Ryansuke Saike is in at quarterback, and Team Canada not liking what it sees. The defensive coordinator, Warren Craney, says we need to talk about it. They'll take a timeout. We will as well. Here at the 7:17 mark of a scoreless first quarter. Team Japan on the move.
Now listen to me. I've seen you grow as players and grow as a team. And no matter what happens out there, you will walk out of this locker room better than when you walked in. Win or lose, you are all champions.
These have always been the rooms where teams are built, and Sports Authority will always supply just the right tools. Because we have everything for every team with unbeatable values. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
JV to varsity to college, it takes serious training to maximize your potential. The St. Vincent Sports Performance Center has more than 125 years combined experience training some of the best athletes in the world. Why do they come here? To define the undefined.
On first and goal, Kyoga Kishimori on the quarterback keeper inside the 5, but a flag is down. So out of the timeouts, each team takes a timeout, and then they have a flag on first and goal as Kishimura on the quarterback keeper took it inside the 5. Down to the 3-yard line was where he was marked. And the call is going to be offsides. So they'll take the half the distance to goal and get the replay of the down. It'll be first and goal from the 3-yard line.
You know, they had Akatsu lead blocking for the quarterback, and anytime you get big old 37 in front of you, I'd like to run behind him too. He's a good-looking kid, and not a bad play design right down there on the goal line.
So it's first and goal from the 3-yard line for Team Japan. On the move, we played about 5 minutes here. Akatsu is the H-back, offset with the tailback, Takata. And it is James Takata to the goal line. James Takata is across for a Team Japan touchdown. Japan will alternate its backs, Sagino, Takata, Matsuda, and in this case, it's James Takata who takes it across for the first score of the ballgame.
With a nice lead block by Akatsu, ran the power play right at Canada. Does a really good job of getting inside through the A-gap and getting into the end zone.
Nanami Ariwa on for the extra point out of the hold of Yuta Shimazuro to try to make it a 7-0 lead for Team Japan. And the kick is good. So Japan strikes first here. 6 minutes, 44 seconds to go in first quarter. An impressive second drive for Team Japan to take this 7-0 lead.
Absolutely. You know, after the turnover, they came back and they played ball control, what they do well. Didn't put the ball in the air very much. Were able to run the football and were very successful attacking Canada straight ahead.
So now Canada will get ready for its second possession. Had to punt. Went 3 and out on that first possession. It was a big defensive play made by Kevin Coughlin to force the punt from Team Canada. And the Canadian squad had a little bit of a difficult time in the first half against Sweden. You look at that final score and say, well, they won 43-0. It was 7-0 with under 10 seconds to go in the half. But there was a mistake made on a punt for Team Sweden as the knee was touched down by the punter, and it gave Canada a chance to kick a field goal before the half was done. They were up 10-0 and then didn't look back, but their offense was a little sluggish getting started, and they just had a 3 and out on the first possession. So Team Japan to kick off. And Japan bunching in the formations around the hash. The kick is, however, a good one. Fielded at the 3-yard line and bringing it out across the 3 was Arnyak. Arnyak breaking outside. And Arnyak still on his feet. Arnyak down the sidelines, and he will take it all the way back for a touchdown. 98 yards for the touchdown as Keegan Arnyak brings it back the distance for Team Canada.
Boy, that's already an interception and a touchdown by Arnyak, and what a great run, what a great play. You saw Japan shorten the field up there at the top, lining up inside the hash, and Canada was able to exploit that.
just bursting outside. And Arniak, one last chance to get him around the 40. And Arniak takes it back all the way in for the score. So the extra point by Semino to tie the score. And the kick is good. How about that? Back-to-back scores and an explosion on both sides. We'll take a break. 6:25 to go in the first quarter here in the semifinal round of the Under-19 World Championship. Japan 7 and Canada 7.
You didn't choose to travel like this, but you can choose to travel like this and enjoy more of this, and this. It's a new stay. This is Courtyard.
Austin's homegrown Mighty Fine does all the things required to make a truly premium burger. The meat is all natural, no hormones or preservatives, ground on site, fresh every day. Patties are hand-formed, and finally, to keep them juicy, the patties are allowed to cook naturally, never smashed or pressed down. A better burger that actually is a better burger. Mighty Fine burgers, fries, shakes.
Well, an explosion of activity. Team Japan scores the touchdown on the short run by James Takata. The ensuing kickoff return for the touchdown by Keegan Arnett. And the game is tied 7-7. Here's the kickoff, and now for Team Japan, bringing it out is Saginaw. Saginaw across the 25 and out to the 27-yard line. But let's go back to that kickoff return for the touchdown, Anthony, that Canada had to tie the score.
You know, watching Japan yesterday in practice, they were really working on kickoffs really hard. They were having some trouble with contain, and you see their contain broke down right there on the edge, and Arnak was able to step outside. And, you know, when you got an athlete on a kicker, usually, majority of the time, the athlete should win that contest, and that's why he's back there returning kicks. And he did a great job of making the kicker miss and finish that one off with a great run.
Did not take long for Arniak to even the score, and now Japan going back on the attack offensively. From the 26-yard line, Kishimura will hand the ball, looking for some running room, finding a little bit of space is Nishimura, who comes in the slot receiver and sweeps around the right side. Takes it across the 28 out to the 29-yard line, again a 3.
Yeah, you see Canada changed up their defense this series. They're playing a 4-3, but they're standing up their defensive tackle and really going to look like they're going to play him towards the strength and trying to stop that outside run.
Ball just shy of the Japan 30-yard line. Second and a long 6 for Team Japan. And Kyogo Kishimura under center to take this snap. In an offset eye, and Kishimura looking to throw, but before he can get going, false start is going to cost Japan 5 yards. We mentioned the penalties. I mean, all of the teams have them, all 8 of them. Even the Team USA had a bevy of penalties that Steve Speck, the head coach, was saying was something they want to address, and I'm sure all the head coaches. But it's difficult when you've got a team that has 1 week of practices before they have to play 3 games and just a little bit of practice time in between these 3 games.
You know, just the cadence of the quarterback is going to give linemen the urge to want to jump, the rhythm of the cadence. It's something that you get used to on a daily basis, and so when it's different, it's hard to get that rhythm down.
So it'll be second down, and about 12 needed for the first. Back of the 24, now the toss back, and bringing it across the 30 is Takata, the man who scored the touchdown for Japan, takes it across the 31-yard line. So a gain of 7 yards on the play, and it'll bring up third down coming for Team Japan.
You know, they're doing a really good job right there on the edge. You see Shimano 75 trying to get a kick-out block there. Japan's offensive linemen are moving really well against Canada's big defensive front.
Kenzo Shimano, the big right guard of whom Anthony spoke there with a block, and it's third down and 5 for Team Japan. From the 31, and it's Kishimura. With some time, going deep and looking downfield for Nishimura, and he could not connect with him a little too much on that one. Nishimura, of course, covered by Arniak, who had the interception earlier to stop a Japan possession, then, of course, had the kickoff return for the touchdown. But it brings up 4th down, and now Japan will have to punt, and their all-everything guy, Kevin Coughlin, handles the punting duties for Team Japan. So Coughlin to punt, and speaking of all-everything guys, Arniak back deep to receive it. They will kick away from Arniak, although it'll take a bounce toward Arniak, but he will not field this, and this takes a great Team Japan bounce. There is a flag down, and the ball will roll dead at the 21-yard line. It would be a 48-yard punt, but let's check the flag.
Looks like Japan really tried to quick punt Canada, and they had their men coming on and off the field. It looks like Canada is going to have too many men on the field.
I would think that Team Japan, well, at 4th and 5, I guess it would just depend on if it's enough for the first down, because that could move the chains if that were the case. They might have to look and see if it would be enough for the first down, because if it is an illegal substitution, and here's the call right here, and that's exactly, you're exactly right, Anthony. And that's a first down.
You saw how fast Japan got set up for the punt, and you'll see 97 couldn't get off the field in time, and it looks like even one more was trying to get off the field. And Japan, what a great job on special teams to get that set up and being able to punt that fast.
So instead, it's a move of the chains, 5 yards and a first down for Team Japan out to the 41-yard line. They keep possession here with 4:05 to go in the first quarter. Out to the 36-yard line, so it's 1st and 10 for Japan from the 36. Kyoga Kishimura with a big back of Katsu offset to his right on first down. And Kishimura, now pressure coming, and has to get rid of the football. Was able to do that. It's incomplete. Boy, Canada close to coming up with a sack.
Yeah, great job by the quarterback of avoiding pressure. And you'll see here he's going to step up in the pocket. And he's going to move to his outside. And really, right as he gets outside the tackle box, he's able to throw the ball past the line of scrimmage out of bounds. Really good job of not taking a loss.
Keldon Alstad, who was coming in from his free safety position, really upset with himself that he just missed out on a sack. 2nd down and 10 for Japan from their own 36. And toss outside to Akata. And Akata is up to the 40-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play, forced out of bounds on that short side of the field. It's going to bring up 3rd down now for Team Japan.
Again, you're seeing Japan run to the weak side of Canada's defense. We haven't seen them run a sweep yet strong, so I'm anxious to see what their scouting report has said, the reason why they're moving that way.
3rd down and 6 from the 40-yard line. Takata remains the running back as Kyogo Kishimura operates from the shotgun. The motion receiver is Yosoki Murahashi. And that one's tipped and almost intercepted. Pierre-Luc Caron, the linebacker, tipped the ball, and then Brett Wade lumbering in almost had an interception. Just couldn't hold on to it, but it will bring up 4th down.
Oh, you'll see here, they're trying to set up the screen to the running back, and boy, it's a lineman's dream. You know, he's thinking touchdown already, and, right now he's just going, I can't believe this. But nice effort.
Coughlin with the punt and a fair catch call. That's still a good punt all the way down to the 19-yard line. So 41 yards on the punt by Kevin Coughlin. And so Team Canada, after all is said and done, will get the football very close to where they would have gotten it before the illegal substitution infraction happened. No further harm done to the Canadian side, and they'll take over from their own 19-yard line on 1st down and 10. And from the shotgun, pass outside, picked off. That one's intercepted by Yoshoki Mine. And Mine down the sidelines. Mine to the end zone and a touchdown for Team Japan. Yosuke Mine on the outside with a pick-6, second ball game in a row that Team Japan has had a linebacker return an interception for a score.
You see, Canada was just lined up in a spread 4 wide receiver set, and you'll see they're going to try to throw the outside receiver hitch, and he just steps up right inside, reads the quarterback's eyes well, and when you throw an outside interception like that, the only guy that can make this play is going to be the quarterback, and you see he wasn't able to make that happen.
Ariwa for the conversion. And Ariwa puts it through. And with 3:08 to go in the first quarter, it's Japan back in front by a score of 14-7. And again, Canada struggling to get its offensive rhythm underway, Anthony.
Absolutely. You know, if their defense right now, you've seen since that last drive, they've been able to step up. But, you know, Japan really atones for that kickoff return right there by scoring a defensive touchdown. So you've had two special groups score touchdowns, and so that evens out the score.
Okay, so Anthony, now for Team Japan, of course, you mentioned, having watched practice, they had some challenges and some struggles with their kicking, with their kickoff coverage in specific, and it hurt them the first time around as they get ready to kick again here.
Yeah, I'd like to see him try to really shorten his kick up and not give the deep Arnak a chance to return this, and really try to pooch this ball inside the 30, because that's where they're trying to set their coverage team to. And so with his leg not being strong enough to get it deep, I'd like to see him kick this one a little bit shorter. I know that's kind of what we would do after we had one returned on us.
So the kickoff to come for Team Japan, and it's Ariwa who will kick it off. And you see that those bunched formations together around the hash mark, on either side of the hash mark. Meanwhile, back deep to receive it, Arnyek, hoping for another opportunity. Here's the kick. It's toward Arnyek, and he'll field it a line drive at the 11-yard line. So here's Keegan Arnyek trying to turn it outside and pick his way through traffic. A flag goes down. Arnyek brings it out to the 25-yard line, but there was a flag coming in on the end of the play as Arnyek was brought down by Yuta Shimazura. We'll check the flag as the official's talking about it. And this one may go against Japan. We'll see if we wind up seeing Japan have to kick it off again. Or will it be walked off from the spot of the infraction? We'll check it here, and here's the call coming.
On the return, personal foul, illegal block, number 13.
So there it is. They'll tack on, or they'll make it, they'll take it out to the 40-yard line. So it'll be excellent field position for Team Canada. So from the 40-yard line, Canada going back to work now, down 14-7 with 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And on first down, sweeping to the outside and trying to cut it back upfield is Alexander Heward across the 40, but only a couple on the play. Kevin Coughlin, among others, in on the tackle for Team Japan, along with Ikuma Mitsuya.
Yeah, the defensive end, Mayatu, did a great job of stretching that play out, allowing Coughlin to come up quick and make a play.
Call it a gain of 3, and it's 2nd down and 7 from the 43. Will Finch at quarterback. And nothing there as Coughlin swept right into Mercer Timmis, the ball carrier. Timmis kind of leaned forward maybe to try to pick up a half yard or so. And that's about all he's going to get because Kevin Coughlin comes to the rescue again.
Boy, what a great linebacker. He squares him up, hits him solid, doesn't allow him to roll forward and make an extra yard. Really like the way this kid plays.
3rd down and a long 6 for Team Canada. And Finch looking to throw again. Outside and caught. 1st down and more. Turning around to make the catch, Doug Corby. And Corby inside the 40 and down to the 37-yard line for Team Canada.
Yeah, Corby does a good job here at the end of this play by getting separation right here at the end. And, you know, Corby had 131 yards receiving last game, and I'm sure he's excited to get back in the game and get some catches here.
1st and 10, the ball's at the 37-yard line. Looking to run, perhaps. Now throwing downfield. Finch to Corby again, and Corby will score for Team Canada. Finch drawing in the defense as if to run, step back, and finding Corby for the touchdown, a 37-yard strike.
Yeah, you'll see Team Canada gets into an empty set, which we haven't seen yet today, and really fake the quarterback draw you'll see the quarterback step up here in the corner, comes up, and you'll see there's no one left to cover Corby. What a nice play. 2 catches in a row for the young man, and finishes off at the end.
Out of Nelson High School is Corby, played for the Burlington Stampeders club team. The extra point kick is good. We still have 1:32 to go in the first quarter in a 14-14 ball game. Anthony, one thing that we've seen now is Canada maybe find its legs a little bit offensively. Easily their best possession so far. They had a 3-and-out with a punt, a pick six, and then they turn this one around and drive it 75 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, and the 2 big plays were throwing. Was a quarterback passing. And watching Finch in practice yesterday, I noticed the kid's got a great arm, can throw the ball really well, and Canada, it looks like if they want to move the football, they're going to need to open it up just a little bit more because Coughlin's stopping all the run plays. And Japan is doing really good up front. So it looks like Canada may try to open it up a little bit more and see if they can be more successful in the air.
14-14 here with 92 seconds still to play here in the first quarter. A very warm July 4th afternoon. Glad you're watching this afternoon. Those of you watching live online, of course, the winner of this game will move on to the championship round on Saturday night at 8 o'clock to take on the winner of the second semifinal game to be seen live on KBVO. Team USA, the number 1 seed, against the 5 seed Austria, which one of the 4 seed Panama 40-0 in their first game. And the United States advancing to the semifinal round with a 27-6 win over American Samoa. Here's the kickoff from Cimino. This one bounces short. Ball loose on the field and scooped up by Saginaw, and he'll take it across the 25 and out to the 29-yard line. That one bounces loose. As a head coach, you get a little nervous when you see a kickoff bounce in between the lines of coverage, don't you?
Absolutely, because when that ball hits the turf, you never know which way it's going to bounce. And with the stiff wind the Canadian kicker was kicking into, you'd like to see Japan just scoot up just a little bit, but they do a good job of covering it up and starting out at the 28-yard line. Good field position.
So, first down and 10 for Japan. Again, with that offset eye look. And the motion receiver is Gota Kinoshita as Kyoga Kishimura will take the snap from under center. The toss outside. Takata across the 30, up to the 34-yard line as James Takata pick up a 5 yards on the play before he is brought down. So it's going to bring up second down and 5 for Team Japan. A good first down toss.
Absolutely. They went back to the toss. This time they actually went to the left side, went to the field, and you see Akatsu making a good little lead block. 5 yards on the first down. That's a great play. A coach will take that anytime.
Second down and 5 for Japan. On as an extra receiver out on the field right now, Hiroki Takayo. And on the toss outside, here's Takata lowering his shoulder and bouncing for it for a couple more to the 37-yard line. Wrapped up there, Edward Godin-Goslin and Pierre-Luc Caron, the linebackers, in on the tackle, and it'll bring up third down and 2 needed for Team Japan.
Yeah, third and short, it's a big down. Third and short, fourth and short, always momentum changers. It can be a great momentum changer for the defense if they can get a stop here after a score and get the ball back. We'd like to see what's going to happen here.
Takayo is the receiver at the bottom of your screen. And on third down, Kishimura checking the play card. And with the play clock down to 1, a toss and flip back to the other side. Here's Nishimura with a first down and more. Nishimura across the 45 and up to the 46-yard line as he picks up 9 yards. So Japan, 9 more yards, a little bit of trickery there, and they're on the move at the end of the first quarter of the semifinal game of the Under-19 World Championship. At the end of the first quarter, from here at Burger Stadium in South Austin, the score, Canada 14 and Japan 14. We'll have the second quarter coming up right after this.
Protective equipment evolves with the player. Together, they get stronger, faster, more dynamic. They become incredibly powerful and downright visionary. And just when you think there's no room for improvement, they alter the course of history and become something extraordinary. Riddell. Protect. Perform.
All the dreams, all the hopes for the national championship come down to this play. 4th down and 5. At the 8-yard line, 3 wide receivers from the shotgun. Back to throw. He looks under pressure. He'll tuck it in and run. Down to the 5. Touchdown. Number 10 has done it again. He's taken the lead with just 19 seconds to go. Austin, it's time to celebrate at Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. This broadcast of the IFAF Under-19 World Championship on KBVO is brought to you by Riddell. Protect, perform. Into the first quarter, also brought to you by Gatorade, win from within. And by Shock Doctor Sports Protection, the leader in mouthguard technology. Craig Way, Anthony Wood with you here, Burger Stadium in South Austin, into the first quarter, and a 14-14 tie. And to look at some of the numbers, you might be fooled a bit, Anthony, because there's 103 yards of total offense for Team Japan and only 66 for Canada. That's what a special teams touchdown will do for you.
Absolutely. If you notice, Canada has 66, but the last two 57 yards have come on the last 2 plays, and Canada is sitting with 8 plays in the first quarter with Japan 17 plays. That ball control offense, you can see it's making a difference.
So Japan, after having a little speed sweep coming back around the wide side of the field, picking up 9 yards by Aruto Nishimura, gives Japan a first down, and the Japanese will have it 1st and 10 from their own 46.
You know, what Japan's being able to do right now, they're being able to pick and choose what they want to run. They're able to run the football. When you're able to run, it's going to make your play action pass. It's going to make your sprint out, just your drop back. It's allowing them to pick and choose what they want to do.
There you see some of the discussion going The head coach for Team Japan is Takayo Yamazaki, but there, as you pointed out to me, Anthony, there's really, you might say, a head coach, a technical director, if you will, much like you would see in international soccer competition as well, and it's really a team effort of a group of individuals who help lead this Japan team.
Absolutely. Watching Japan practice yesterday, it's really neat to see the way they, not only does the team play together as a group, but their whole staff, from the trainers to the coaches to the equipment personnel, they all work together, and they really are in sync with each other, and they all play their part well and understand what's expected of them as are the players.
So Japan will have it.
Headsets for Canada are inoperable. Both teams will remove their headsets until both are working.
And you hear from what our official was saying, apparently there are some communication problems because Team Canada having a problem with its communications, and so it was explained to the Japanese squad that since one team can't use its headsets, the other team is not allowed to. So the communication basically lost from the booth to the sidelines. 1st down and 10 for Team Japan from the 46. Toss outside to Sagino. Turn in the corner. Sagino in a 1st down inside the 45 and down to the 42-yard line. That's a quick gain of 12 yards by Satoshi Sagino. Well, let me ask you something, Anthony, as we take a look at the replay here, because our broadcast booth is adjacent to the Japanese coaching staff, and we've seen them have to take their headsets off. How difficult is that for a coaching staff to be able to function without being able to have those eyes in the sky, so to speak?
Well, if your play caller's upstairs, which it looked like one of theirs was, because we see them going down to the field right now, that's the only way you can get the play calls down to the field, so he's had to hustle to get downstairs.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Looking to throw. Kishimura now trying to run and in some trouble. He'll be dragged down for a loss. Back to the 44-yard line, a loss of a couple on the play, and that is Edward Godin-Gosselin coming over for the tackle, the loss of 2.
Well, it looked like the quarterback is. You see him come down the line of scrimmage. He's looking to pass, and the receiver missed the call, and I guess with communications from the box to downstairs, you could see how that could confuse the players.
2nd down and 12 from the 44. Kyogo Kishimura, the quarterback for Team Japan. To throw across the middle, and a nice catch made, the seam across the middle to the slot receiver, Goto Kinoshita. And he'll take it down for a first down all the way down to the 30-yard line, a gain of 14 yards.
Really like to see the way he caught that ball. You can see he extends his hands, reaches out, uses his long arms right there to make that catch. Great second and long play.
So it's first down and 10. Japan on the move again. They have it down to the Team Canada 30-yard line here. Just underway in the second quarter in a 14-14 tie in the semifinal of the Under-19 Championship. A false start, however, will cost Team Japan 5 yards as Kazuki Kameishi, the right tackle, came out of that three-point stance a little too quickly.
Yeah, that's looked like the defensive end kind of helped him too. He moved a little bit and it kind of startled that offensive tackle. It's unfortunate. Those offensive linemen, they got a tough job. They got to sit in there with guys barking at them.
So it'll be back to the 35-yard line, and it's first down and 15 for Team Japan. Kishimura to take it from under center as James Takata is the back in the offset eye, and on the option toss, here is Takata. Bounced off one tackler, could not shake the second man. He managed to pick up 3 yards on the play, but nothing more than that. Good pursuit by the Team Canada defense. John Rush, the outside linebacker, on the tackle.
Yeah, you see Canada right here. They're getting physical. They're finishing off their tackles, and here they got lucky here at the end not to draw a penalty, but you see Canada's getting fired up. They're getting a little bit more physical.
Third down and 12 from the 32-yard line. And Kishimura from the shotgun this time, and a passing down looking to throw. Over the middle, and it is caught inside the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. A catch made by Koki Tsuneyoshi. And it'll be a first down as that gain takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line, a pickup of 17 yards.
Boy, what a nice play. You can see, I mean, that is a long throw. They're throwing a 17-yard comeback to the boundary right there, and quarterback puts it right on the money. Couldn't ask for a better throw and catch, and nice route.
Japan has converted 3 third downs on this drive, and it's first and 10 at the Canadian 15-yard line. And to take the snap this time is Saiki, a backup quarterback, more for the run, and you see there, although he's wrapped up after a gain of only a couple of the 13-yard line, Ryunosuke Saiki is the more mobile backup rushing quarterback, and he'll come out now as Kishimura checks back in.
Well, it looks like he got hurt on that play. Yep. He was limping. It looks like they let's see, he either got hit in the thigh or he rolled his ankle right there. You go. Yep. He rolled his right ankle right there, and boy, that's a tough break for him.
There you see him on the sidelines as they work on Saiki. So Kishimura back in at quarterback for Team Japan on second down, and Kishimura looks to throw. Down the middle and incomplete. He was trying to connect with Aruto Nishimura. Led him a little too high, and good coverage in the secondary for Team Canada. Keldon Allstet, the free safety, back there among those covering.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get roughing the passer on Team Canada. They hit the quarterback just a little bit late. And, again, earlier you saw Team Canada really getting physical, and this time it hurt them.
Yep, again, the penalties make a difference. We've seen that affect every team in this tournament. A reset of the chains, and it'll be first and goal with the ball near the 7-yard line. So Japan helped out by the penalty. It'll be first and goal for Team Japan at the Team Canada 7-yard line. Here with just over 8 minutes remaining in the first half, with the game tied at 14. Kishimura remains in at quarterback and has James Takata as running back, offset to his left. On first and goal, Kishimura under pressure, looking to throw at the last moment and incomplete off the hands of the intended receiver, Seigo Inasuchi. Tried to get him there. Inasuchi covered by, among others, Keldon Allstet, the free safety, coming over.
Yeah, defensive end Juricity does a good job of getting pressure down here at the bottom and really making Kishimura extend the play. And just good play not to get that intercepted or take a loss.
So with a second down and goal And a player down on the field for Team Canada. And a man down on the field for the Canadian side is Maxime Drolet. Drolet down on the field. Maxime Drolet, one of the extra linebackers, and Canada will rotate its linebackers pretty regularly. For example, Drolet wasn't even listed on the original depth chart for them, but Team Canada's already played 8 different linebackers here in the first half, Anthony.
Well, you can tell with Canada's offense, they scored in such a short time, and with that kickoff return, Team Japan's been on the field the entire first half, and so Team Canada has been on defense quite a long time, so they're really going to have to substitute some guys in with this heat, and you can tell that, they're just wearing the big boys down.
2nd and goal for Japan at the Team Canada 7-yard line. Sagino, the running back. And Kyogo Kishimura remains the quarterback for Japan. They're on 2nd down and goal. Kishimura lofting it, the fade in the end zone, and it is caught. What a catch made, but out of the back of the end zone. The catchman Nishimura was really battling down in the corner of the end zone to come up with a ball. But Patterson had the coverage for Team Canada, and it brings up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, Nishimura made a really great catch, tried to get his feet in bounds. I'm not really sure if he did or not, but I can tell you it's really a good throw. It looked like he got his left knee down.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that would be a touchdown. But
isn't that the old 1 knee equals 2 feet thing?
Absolutely, absolutely.
It looked to me like he had it down, but the officials say no, so it's an incomplete pass. It is 3rd and goal. The ball is at the 7-yard line, and now looking to throw out of the run for the end zone. It is intercepted. Picked off in the corner by Patterson, who had the coverage. It was a pass from Nishimura coming around the corner to throw into the end zone, and there to pick it off for Team Canada and to stop the drive was Reese Patterson, and it'll go over to the Canadians.
Boy, that's a tough break. It's really tough to decide if you want a guy that doesn't throw the ball quite often to throw it down near the goal line, because anytime you get a receiver or running back, give him the opportunity to throw the ball, he wants to throw it. And you see they're not able to make that decision to throw it out of bounds, and that's going to cost them 3 points. And with a tight game like this, 3 points is going to be big.
Well, I'm sure when the Japanese take a look at the replay of the first pass ruled incomplete, it'll make them unhappy. The second one, will make them unhappy. Canada back to work offensively, and on 1st down, rolling, looking to throw upfield, and that pass is caught. On the rollout pass, Finch connects with Doug Corby, who's fast become his favorite target here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, you see that's his 3rd catch of the game, and comes back to the football. Finch does a great job of scrambling, biding time, gets rid of it before he gets to the line of scrimmage. Really like Finch. I like the way he moves, and I like the way he throws the football.
1st down and 10 for Team Canada, out to the Canadian 37-yard line. Corby is the receiver at the bottom of your screen. And the running back is Mercer Timmis. Will Finch. But this is going to cost Team Canada 5 yards on a false start.
Looks like they were trying to set up a quick screen to the top. Team Canada, you see, they're going up tempo. They're trying to speed it up a little bit, catch Japan off guard.
Well, this is where we saw the Canadian squad have its best series and its most offensive success in the first half when they were able to go quick tempo.
That's it. They were spreading it out and almost abandoning the run, it looks like right now.
So it's 1st down and 15 for Canada from its own 32-yard line. And looking to keep it himself is Finch. Finch in some trouble, turns it outside and only picks up a yard. A couple of linebackers out there for Team Japan coming over to make the stop. So among those was Ikuma Mitsuo on the stop.
Yeah, you see they're trying to run the zone read, and boy, the defensive end, he makes him pull it, and he gets outside to help make the play. Really good job.
2nd down and 9. With 4 wide receivers this time. Finch swings it outside and across the 35 out to the 37-yard line is Mercer Timmons. Timmis, a running back out to the 37, brings up 3rd down and 10 for Team Canada.
Yeah, you see the defensive end again, Mayatu, making a great play on the swing. I know he doesn't make the play here, but you see he's got great pursuit. He makes the running back turn it up inside, and that's not what he wanted to do. And so defensive end, again, doing really good things for Team Japan.
Yeah, Timmis, the running back, actually attends college in the U.S. at Canisius in Buffalo, New York, but of course a member of the Canadian side. Canada takes a timeout, and so will we. 5:44 to go here in the first half in a 14-14 tie.
Now listen to me. I've seen you grow as players and grow as a team. And no matter what happens out there, you will walk out of this locker room better than when you walked in. Win or lose, you are all champions.
These have always been the rooms where teams are built, and Sports Authority will always supply just the right tools. Because we have everything for every team with unbeatable values. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
After Canada calls its 2nd time out of this first half, the Canadian side will have 3rd down and 10 from its own 37-yard line here with 5:44 to go in this first half.
Yeah, I'm thinking if Canada's going to try to get this first down, you think they're going to try to go to their target, Corby, down here at the bottom. But it looks like Japan's going to try and double cover him here.
3 wide receiver set, and Finch up the middle with some running, hurdling a tackler, a 2nd hurdle, and a 1st down and into Japanese territory as he takes it down to the 47-yard line. How about Will Finch on the draw up the middle?
Hey, I tell you, I really like this guy. He's big, he runs well, and now you can tell he's very athletic, too, to do this twice in a play. I really like it. He's got a good knack for playing the game. Nice play.
1st and 10 for Team Canada. The ball at the Team Japan 47-yard line. Finch to keep it again running room. And Finch close to another 1st down inside the 40 and down near another one, and perhaps another 10 yards on that play.
Yeah, what you see Team Canada's done the last couple of times is they're running some midline option here. They're trying to take away Team Japan's aggressiveness on the defensive line, and so really good read by the quarterback.
Corby, Savard among the split receivers for Team Canada. 1st down and 10 from the 37 of Japan. Finch there, and it's dropped that time as Savard was looking to turn it inside, setting up that receiver screen, and Alexander Savard was looking upfield, that old thing about looking before he had the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he'd like to have that one back. It's unfortunate he dropped this one. But, again, another great throw by Finch. And you see the pursuit by Team Japan. They were sitting there waiting on it also.
2nd down and 10, the ball at the Team Japan 37-yard line. Will Finch out of the shotgun for Team Canada. Rolling on an option, will look to keep. He's popped hard right at the line of scrimmage by Takashi Kobayashi, who drops him for no gain on the play.
You know, you want to be careful not to run that quarterback too much. He took a good shot there, and, he's the guy that's dealing the ball every play. You tell right here, you don't want him to take too many of those hits.
Takashi Kobayashi on the stop for Team Japan, brings up 3rd down and 10 for Team Canada. Again from the shotgun, and Finch looking to throw again. Some time, now pressure coming. A lot of pressure, and Finch just stumbles and falls. That'll be a huge loss. A loss of 14 yards back to the 49-yard line on the Canadian side of midfield.
Yeah, good pressure by Team Japan again, and really good coverage in the secondary. You see they're playing a zone defense, and he just didn't have anywhere to throw the football. And then he just unfortunately slips and falls.
So it is 4th down, and after all is said and done, Luis Felipe Simino will have to punt for Team Canada. And Koki Tsuneyoshi and James Takata back deep to receive the punt for Team Japan. The kick is away, and a nice kick And that one will bounce into the end zone. Smart play by Tsuneyoshi to let it go. So it goes 51 yards on the fly, a 31-yard net. And so after the bad break goes against Japan, ruled an incompletion when they thought they had a touchdown, and a turnover on the next play. The defense steps up, stops Team Canada when they had to, and now Japan gets the ball back on its own 20-yard line.
Yeah, one of the things Canada was able to do, they were able to give their defense a rest. So they were able to drive the ball and take some time off the clock. So hopefully Team Canada has gotten a little rest, and we'll see how this drive goes for Team Japan.
They start from their own 20-yard line with 3:33 to go. In the first half, game tied at 14. Japan with 2 timeouts remaining. Team Canada with 1 timeout remaining here in the first half. Kishimura on the toss outside. Saginaw tried to bounce it outside and was wrapped up. And I'll tell you what, John Rush has come to play since he's been in there at the linebacker spot. And he stops Saginaw's gain after a gain of 3, close to 4 yards. Saginaw running tough here.
Yeah, he's again with great lead block, and he puts his pad level down, but Rush really finishes him off and makes him go backwards.
It's a 4-yard pickup, nevertheless, and it is 2nd down and 6 for Team Japan. Kyugo Kishimura from under center. The option toss again to Saginaw, and he lost the football. It fumbled forward, however, and went out of bounds. A break there for Team Japan because he was wrapped up in the backfield. A, it looked like it would be a loss. B, he lost the football, but it went out of bounds. And, of course, the ball will go back to the spot of the fumble, but it's still a break for Japan.
Absolutely. If Team Canada gets this coverage, covers this fumble up inside the 30-yard line, that'd be a bad break for Japan. So, fortunately, the ball rolls out of bounds, and Japan's going to get a good break there.
Anthony, I think it was John Rush that stripped the ball loose there for Team Canada.
That's what it looked like. He's made 2 really good plays in a row, and you see they're really working hard at getting outside faster now, trying to stop Japan's outside running.
3rd down and 4 from the 26-yard line. And Kishimura remaining at quarterback. Kishimura rolling out, pass picked off, intercepted by Jean-Gabriel Poulin. And Canada will take over deep in Japan territory, down to the 24-yard line. Jean-Gabriel Poulin coming out for the interception for the Canadians.
Poulin, he sees the quarterback sprint out, and he does a good job of reading this and sees the quarterback set up and just steps right in front of him. And fortunately for Japan, he falls at the end with his momentum carrying forward, or he's going to take that one all the way and score.
Gabriel Poulin with the interception from Varnier College. 1st down and 10 for Team Canada. Finch throws for the end zone and incomplete. Bobbled down there in the corner as he was trying to hook up down in that corner of the end zone, looking outside for Adre Frazier in the corner, couldn't come up with the catch.
Sure looked like Finch put this one on the money. Great just a little show fake, and looks like it's going to hit him right in the chest. Can't really tell. It sure does. And he needs to come up with that play, make that catch.
2nd down from the 24-yard line, now to the ground. And nice running inside by Andreas Robinson. And Robinson takes it down inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line, a pickup of 7.
Yeah, nice little run. Just went straight ahead at him. And now Japan on defense is looking a little tired from the last series that they were out on the field and right back out on the field again.
3rd down and 3 for Team Canada at the Japan 17. Robinson this time met in the backfield and dropped. Knocked down by Yui Fujitani, the defensive end coming over on the stop, and it brings up 4th down.
I really like these 2 defensive ends Japan has. Boy, I tell you, they're making good plays. They're playing fundamentally sound. I really like the way they heel-toe the line of scrimmage.
Here you'll see Fujitani coming in, and that's the earlier run that took it inside for 7 yards, and then Fujitani coming up with a stop on 3rd down. So Canada going to try to take its first lead of the afternoon, a field goal try for Luis Felipe Simino, a 35-yard try. This one to give Team Canada the lead, pulling left, but inside the uprights and good. And Team Canada has its first lead of the ball game with 1:01 to go here in the first half.
Turnovers, they're drive killers, and they're They're real momentum changers for the Team Canada right there. They're able to get 3 points off that turnover, and they're able to earlier with the interception on that turnover. So you're looking at 10 points, 6, maybe 10 points on turnovers alone right there.
Well, Anthony, one thing we've seen, and here you'll see that interception again that you were talking about, turnovers and special teams play have been really big in this first half on both sides.
Absolutely. You know, in a format like this where it takes offenses a lot longer to get going and get their stride, you should see defenses become more successful early on. Special teams should be picked up quicker, and then offenses should come along better. So I'm thinking by the third game of this week, you're going to start to see the offenses play a lot better.
Luis Felipe Simoneau, after nailing the 35-yard field goal on to kick off. And Suneyoshi inside the 5 will bring it out. And in some trouble, down he goes. Excellent coverage downfield. Boy, covering the kickoff well for Team Canada as he was brought down by Nicholas Easterbrook. Easterbrook with the tackle. Japan will have it. 55 seconds to go, and Team Japan does have 2 timeouts left as you get another look at the coverage on the kickoff return.
Yeah, you see Easterbrook, he went down unblocked and made a great open field tackle.
So Japan with a football, 55 seconds to go in the half. And Yoshimura with a pass intercepted. This one's picked off inside the 20. Still on his feet, Pierre-Luc Caron to the end zone and a touchdown. Pierre-Luc Caron on the interception, takes it home, and Team Canada cashes in back-to-back turnovers. 22 yards on the interception return for Pierre-Luc Caron as he takes it home.
You're going to see quarterback gets pressure there, and he just throws it up, and really unfortunate, makes a poor decision there, and it's going to cost him 7 points.
Wow, what a big turn of events here at the end of the half. Remember, Japan had a 14-7 lead in the first quarter. Canada finally had an offensive series result in a touchdown to tie the score, and then it was back and forth, but Japan had come up with some big defensive stops, but the 2 turnovers so big for Team Canada to cash it in to the tune of 9 and looking for 10 points, as the extra point is to come for Simoneau to try to extend the Canadian lead. High snap, however, and now looking at it on the run, trying to cash 2 in is Kaprowski. Dylan Kaprowski cannot. Tried to get it to the pylon, and Dylan Kaprowski, who is a receiver and one of the backup quarterbacks, tried to get it into the end zone. So Team Canada settles for 6 on the play after the high snap, and they lead by 9, 23-14.
Yeah, I mean, the holder does a good job here. He's trying to buy time just to see if someone can get out and open, and at the end he just tries to put it in and doesn't work.
So one of the few things not to work for Team Canada here over this last minute and a half here of the first half. Otherwise, they've cashed in 2 big turnovers.
Yeah, when you look at the box score, you're going to see that Japan's controlled the football. They have the yards, but it's the turnovers and the missed opportunities that's hurt Japan.
As a result, Team Canada with a 9-point lead, 23-14. And you still get the feeling that Japan is in this football game if they stayed away from the turnovers. And really, Anthony, the fact that we had such a close game, until just a moment ago with the spread going out to 9, shouldn't surprise anybody. These 2 squads have played a couple of international games in the past, very close games.
Absolutely. They've played 2 with the final scores being less than 7 point both ways. Canada's won both games, but they've been very close down to the end of each game.
A 35-34 meeting the last time 3 years ago in the Under-19 Championship in Canton, Ohio. And that kickoff sails out of the end zone with a very beneficial breeze at the back of Luis Felipe Simoneau. So just 44 seconds remaining in the first half. And again, Japan still with 2 timeouts. Kishimura, the more throwing-oriented quarterback of the 2. Ryonosuke Saiki was injured, hurt his ankle earlier trying to run with the football. So we've seen Kishimura almost exclusively in the ball game, certainly every snap since the injury to Saiki. Kishimura, of course, was the starter anyway as he's out there, and they'll keep it on the ground and just look to take this to the locker room down 9 points and try to regroup a little bit. And a little slow to get up was Kenzo Shimano, the right guard, but he's back up. And Team Japan does not have to snap it again if they do not want to do it. And they'll try to see if they can cut down on the turnovers, because otherwise, Anthony, they're in this football game.
Absolutely. Real smart decision by the coach here to just go in at halftime. You know, they've had a couple of bad breaks, turnovers, and they've seen the score switch sides. And so really good chance to go inside, regroup, tell his team that it's all about them, and that's why they're down right now. It's nothing Team Canada has done. It's what Team Japan has done to themselves.
Well, Canada took a timeout on defense just to force Japan to snap it one more time here, but there are only 4 seconds remaining here in the first half. They will have to snap it one more time. And if you're Noel Thorpe, the head coach of Canada, what about the message to your guys?
You know, if he can continue to keep playing defense and be aggressive, the offense is going to come around, and that's what he's got to keep telling his guys. Hey, just stick with it. We've made some good plays here in the second quarter, and we're going to win this as a team.
You know, Anthony, he has to be encouraged, does Coach Thorpe of Team Canada, the fact that their offense has only had one real consistent drive that ended in points in the touchdown that tied the score, and has had some turnovers and had some struggles going, and yet for all of that, they get a chance to take the lead into the locker room at halftime, and they'll get the football to start the second half, too.
Yeah, you would think going in at halftime he's going to have a talk with the offense, try to get them to become more consistent, and then you're gonna hear him praise his defense, because the defense has really done a great job this first half.
Kishimura will take the knee, and that'll do it for the first half. So Team Japan had a lead of 7-0, had a lead of 14-7, but Team Canada coming back, a touchdown drive to tie it, and then cashing in 2 turnovers before the first half is done. Into the first half of the first semifinal here, the Under-19 IFAF World Football Championship here in Austin, with a score Canada 23 and Japan 14.
From JV to varsity to college, it takes serious training to maximize your potential. The St. Vincent Sports Performance Center has more than 125 years combined experience training some of the best athletes in the world. Why do they come here? To define the undefined.
You didn't choose to travel like this, but you can choose to travel like this and enjoy more of this, and this. It's a new stay. This is Courtyard.
This broadcast of the IFAF Under-19 World Championship on KBVO is brought to you by Sports Authority, all things sporting good. By Cutters, no other glove performs like this. And by Rawlings, the official uniform and football of Team USA. Halftime here at Burger Stadium in South Austin with the score 23-14. Team Canada on top of Team Japan. Craig Way and Anthony Wood with you. You said it, Anthony, the numbers would reveal that Japan would have an edge. A couple of things. First of all, total yardage edge of 149 yards to 106. But Team Japan has run 32 offensive plays. Team Canada has only run 19 offensive plays, Anthony, and yet they have 23 points in the first half.
You know, it just goes to show it's a total team game. You see, that was the first rushing touchdown by Team Japan. But to see the yardage and yards, and you just know it's turnovers and special teams play that make a big difference.
Certainly it makes a difference here on the special teams play as Arniak returns the kickoff 98 yards after the 3-yard touchdown run by James Takata. And that would tie the score at 7 in the first quarter. Still in the first quarter, and a turnover putting Japan in good shape again.
Absolutely. He's going to take this one and return it all the way down to score and put Team Japan up. And so you've seen 2 defensive touchdowns. You've seen a special teams touchdown.
Yusuke Mine with a 23-yard interception return for the touchdown. The Canadians respond on a scoring drive of 75 yards in 4 plays. Corby on the receiving end to tie it. And then, again, the field goal set up by a turnover.
Absolutely. Again, it was another interception by Team Canada to make that happen.
And then one final interception, this being the pick 6. This one by Caron as he brings it in for the score. And I'm sure both sides are saying, guys, if we can cut down on the turnovers, we can win this football game, whether you're Team Canada or Team Japan.
Absolutely. I'm thinking each coach going in at halftime is thinking that this game is wide open, that Japan has really done a better job of running the football, has done a better job being more consistent on offense. If you take away the 2 turnovers, Team Canada has stepped it up on defense. Well, they've been out there on the field the whole time. And so to see the way they came through at the end of the second quarter and make those big plays really makes, I'm sure, Team Canada feel a lot better about their chances in the second half.
Halftime here with the score, Team Canada 23 and Team Japan 14. We'll have the second half coming up as we continue with the Under-19 IFAF Football World Championship right after this. We get ready to start the second half with Team Canada leading Team Japan by a score of 23-14, semifinal round of the IFAF Under-19 World Football Championship. The winner of this game moves into the championship round on Saturday night to take on the winner of the second semifinal game, which comes up after this one, comes up this evening, between Team USA, the number 1 seed, and the number 5 seed, Austria. Each team winning its quarterfinal game to advance to the semifinal round. But a half of football to go here, and we talked about what the coaches have to be saying. And again, I think it has to come back when you discuss this game and the way it has unfolded, Anthony Wood. It's been about turnovers.
Absolutely. You know, the big stat at halftime is Japan's 4 interceptions. You know, Kishimura has thrown 3, and remember they threw a halfback pass down there in the end zone, and that was the other interception. And so you see those 4 turnovers right there. If they can cut those out the second half, I think we're going to be in for a barn burner here at the end.
Well, Team Canada will get the football to start the second half. And so it will be Arawa, you see there kicking off. And, of course, Team Canada was able to jump start its team based on that kickoff return for the touchdown by Keegan Arniak after Japan on its second possession had a touchdown drive to take the early 7-0 lead.
Absolutely. I'm anxious to see what Coach North did at halftime to help his offense here to start out the second half. And, well, it looks like Team Japan's going to
it is going to be Japan that gets the football to start this second half. So it was Canada had kicked off to start the football game, but they're going to kick off to start the second half here, and it could have been just electing to take the wind in the first half, which, by the way, has died down here for this third quarter, but it was pretty breezy to start this football game.
Absolutely, and so that was a choice. You know, I always give the opposing team the choice when given the first half because you never know what that wind's going to do in the second half. So this time it may have come to hurt his chance of getting a possession.
So Semino will kick it off. And Canada will field it, and that's Saginaw at the 18-yard line. And Saginaw still on his feet and all the way out to the 40-yard line. So it'll be good field position for Japan starting it off here. And so Team Japan had more yardage in total offense. As you look at Saginaw on the kick return, and so the onus is on them to try to get something established here to start this second half.
Absolutely. You know, he had 6 rushes for 43 yards in the first half, and he's just a tough runner. I really like seeing him, but he came off after that kickoff return. It looks like he's got the wind knocked out of him.
So from the 40-yard line, good field position. Kyogo Kishimura at quarterback for Japan. And the toss is outside to Takada. Turns the quarter. Takada had a 3-yard touchdown run to open the scoring in this football game, and he quickly takes it for 10 yards out in the midfield and a first down.
Absolutely. You'll see Kishimura doing the quick pitch again, the same way they started the game, and they're able to get outside quick and doing a really good job of getting positive yards on first down.
James Takada turning the corner for 10 yards and a first down for Team Japan. Just underway third quarter, Japan trailing by 9. And again, it's Takada, this time back to the wide side of the field, wrapped up after a short carry by Jean-Gabriel Poulin, who had the interception return for the touchdown right toward the end of the half for Team Canada. Poulin with the pick 6. Canada taking the 23-14 lead on his interception return for the touchdown. Takada with a gain of 3 on the play, and it is second down and 7 for Team Japan from the Team Canada 47-yard line. Kyogo Kishimura with the offset eye, and Saginaw back in at tailback, and he gets the toss. Saginaw cutting it back inside, and he was trying to get around the initial pursuit of John Rush, the linebacker, and that slowed him down enough for Canada to make the rest of the play.
Yeah, you'll see Rush gets outside. He stops the outside run and makes him cut it back to where his defense is right there for pursuit. Really good play by the entire Team Canada defense.
Tackle finished by Edward Godin-Gosselin. It is now third down and 6 for Team Japan at the Team Canada 46-yard line. Kishimura to the air, and a nice catch made, and a first down and more all the way down to the Team Canada 30-yard line, and that's a gain of 16 yards on the catch and run by Udai Tanaka on the catch, and Tanaka takes it in deep into Canada territory.
Yeah, we just call this simple pitch and catch. I mean, he's going to just run a simple hitch route down here at the bottom. Needed 5 yards and was able to get it. Team Canada playing a little cover 3.
Udai Tanaka down to the 30-yard line, and it's first down and 10 for Japan. James Takata is now the running back again, but off the 3-step drop, the pass, quick hitch outside, and Seigo Inaguchi with a catch. You were saying this at halftime, Anthony. You and I were talking. You said if Japan goes back to those quick hits outside, they'll probably have some success, and they're doing it again.
Yeah, really excited to see the way Team Japan's come out this second half and really mixing up the play calls and able to march the ball right down the field. So far, so good.
That's a gain of 9 on the play, down to the 21-yard line, and it's 2nd and a yard to go as Japan spreads the field now. A single setback is Takata. Kishimura will hand it to Takata, and Takata near the first down, but looks like he's a little bit shy as there were a couple of big red jerseys. Edward Godin-Gozeline has been around the ball. Big number 55 has been there around the tackle most of the time in this football game and comes up with a stop there.
Yeah, you were Team Canada was able to get an extra man in the box here, and it was just one too many to block with them playing man coverage, and so but when you have now they've got 3rd and short, you'd like to see him give the ball to Saginaw and see what he can do with it.
So Godin-Gozeline on the tackle, and it is now 3rd down and less than 1 needed for the first. Kishimura looking to throw, but before he can get going, flags go down, and that's going to be a timeout, I think, called. Japan taking the timeout before we saw a flag come down, but the timeout was called before, and that was big there because it's 3rd down and less than 1.
Yeah, very surprising not to see Akatsu not in the game on 3rd and short. You know, he's their big offset fullback, so just watching that, knowing that he's not in the game, it sure looked like they were going to a quick screen there on 3rd and short.
Hiroyuki Akatsu, of whom Anthony spoke, of course, is used in an H-back and a blocking back role, was the blocking back on Takata's touchdown run earlier, but wasn't out there at the start of the play. We'll see as Japan huddles up on the sideline to set this up.
You know, these 3rd and shorts, they're big momentum changers, and to see what they're going to do right here. As you see, Akatsu's back in the game, and I'm pretty sure the coach looked down there and saw he wasn't in the game and decided we need him in there.
Yep. So Hiroyuki Akatsu is in the offset eye as the blocking back. And Satoshi Saginaw is the tailback on 3rd down, less than 1 needed for the first down, and keeping it straight ahead and picking up the first down is Kyogo Kishimura. So Kishimura moves the chain. So after all of that strategizing, it's a simple quarterback dive and a first down.
You know, that's a quarterback sneak is a good football play, especially you saw Team Canada's defense really over-pursue to where Akatsu was at. And so Kishimura did a good job of getting his shoulder pads square and getting behind those offensive linemen.
Opening drive of this 3rd quarter. Japan has had it first 3.5 minutes here on the march, trailing 23-14. They'll spread the field again. And this time a flag comes down.
Illegal substitution. Offense. 12 broke the huddle. 5-yard
So
penalty.
12 men breaking the huddle cost Japan 5. This is a penalty, by the way, Anthony, that has come up with more frequency in recent years with the evolution of offenses and constant substitution. Sometimes that 12th man doesn't get out of the huddle before the other guy comes over across the field and it costs your team 5 yards.
Yeah, a lot of people want to call that the Art Briles rule. And back when he was at Stephenville, and he's taken that success all the way to Baylor and done a really good job there.
So it's back to the 24-yard line. First down and 15. Quick pass outside with a catch and a quick wrap-up as Aruto Nishimura was wrapped up by Keegan Arniak, number 4, wrapping up number 4, as it's a gain of 6 yards down to the 18.
Again, going to the quick hitter outside and, 6 yards and a really good one-on-one wrap-up by Arniak. It's if he doesn't make the play, that turns into a touchdown, and so really good play by the defensive back, Arniak.
2nd down and 8. Remember, after the 5-yard penalty. So it is 2nd down Actually, second down and 9, and a toss outside to Takata, and wrapped up from behind and dropped down again on the pursuit. Edward Godin-Gosselin comes over to drop him. Could have been a big gainer. He will settle, however, for 4 yards down to the 14-yard line, bringing up a 3rd and 5.
You know, I've been very impressed with both Team Canada and Team Japan's defensive ends. They're really fast. They pursue well, and they don't take any wasted steps, and you see them moving down the line. Been coached, you can tell they've been coached very well.
3rd down and 5 for Japan at the Canada 14-yard line. Kishimura from the shotgun this time. And looking back the other way, knocked down again. Godin-Gosselin knocking the ball down. It's an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up 4th down. How about this defensive end? Edward Godin-Gosselin to knock the ball down to the turf.
Another good play. That's a tough play for the quarterback. You see, he turns his eyes away from the play. They're setting up a quick screen, and they've got it set up well. But having the quarterback turn away from that defensive end, he can't see him, and so that makes it tough. And it looks like now he may have injured his knee.
Boy, you hope that's not necessary. The way that young man has played today, Edward Godin-Gosselin. Gosselin, by the way, from Notre Dame de Foix, he's up now, and he's going to try to walk off the field there.
You sure hope it's just a cramp in this heat.
And it is definitely hotter today than it was on the day of the first day of this tournament last Saturday. Japan will look to pull to within 6. 31-yard field goal try for Nanami Ariwa out of the hold of Yuta Shimazuro. Try to get points out of the drive for Japan. And that kick is good inside the left upright, so the opening drive of the third quarter results in points. 6:44 to go in the third quarter. The score is now Canada 23 and Japan 17. We'll be back right after this.
You didn't choose to travel like this, but you can choose to travel like this and enjoy more of this, this, and this. It's a new stay. This is Courtyard.
Austin's homegrown Mighty Fine does all the things required to make a truly premium burger. The meat is all natural, no hormones or preservatives, ground on site, fresh every day. Patties are hand-formed, and finally, to keep them juicy, the patties are allowed to cook naturally, never smashed or pressed down. A better burger that actually is a better burger. Mighty Fine burgers, fries, shakes.
Team Japan uses the first 5 minutes and 16 seconds of the third quarter to drive downfield. They settle for the 31-yard Nanami Ariwa field goal, but it does pull Japan to within 6. It's a 23-17 lead for Team Canada here with 6:44 to go third quarter. Here's the kickoff, and this one looks to be veering out of bounds, and it will. Didn't miss the pylon by much. Boy, it's a tough situation for Team Japan because they've had some struggles with the kicking game, and they've wanted to try to keep it away from Keegan Arniak, since Arniak has the 98-yard kickoff return for the touchdown earlier. So kind of between a rock and a hard place there.
Yeah, you know, making them play offense is a lot better than letting them line up for an extra point. So, you know, Arniak has shown explosion out there. So, you know, it was close. It was close to getting it to the back of that end zone, but unfortunately it went out right before it reached the pylon.
Instead, Canada will have just a 60-yard field to negotiate. They operate from their own 40-yard line, first possession for the Canadians in the third quarter, and they go back to the ground to try to establish something on the ground. In this case, it's Christopher Amoa. And look at him drive forward. Look at Amoa continuing to move forward. And he's still moving inside the 45 and down to the 44-yard line. Well, Amoa just continued to keep the legs pumping as some of the Japanese defenders were trying to strip him of the football, so he just kept moving.
I like that. I mean, you see right here, he's going to make they're going to make contact with him right there, and he's going to gain another 8 yards. And they just can't stop him. And that kid is very explosive.
It's amazing because Canada had 6 total rushing yards in the first half. They pick up 14 there on the first down. The pass will get nothing as that one went outside, a quick outside route to Adre Frazier, and Frazier was wrapped up in a hurry as soon as he caught the ball. A good play made by the corner, Yoshiro Hirata.
Yeah, Hirata came up and made a great play, and I like the way he finished his tackle. Good form tackle right there.
Second down and 10. Team Canada from the Team Japan 45-yard line. And faking the pass outside and turning it upfield. That's a nice run after the catch by Adre Frazier. Frazier takes it inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. He'll get 6 yards when it looked like it might only yield a yard or two.
Yeah, it's very similar to the last play. The same 2 guys are going against each other. This time you see the receiver got the best of the defensive back.
So Frazier takes it down to the 39-yard line, brings up 3rd down and 4 for Canada. Finch, the quarterback, with some time and going down the sideline, and that pass is intercepted. Pass kind of hung up in the wind a little bit, and coming over to pick it off for Team Japan, Ikuma Mitsuya. So it'll go back over to the Japanese from the Team Japan 21-yard line.
Yeah, unfortunately for Finch, Mitsuya does a really good job of deceiving Finch right there and really plays in between and gives him a false key, which makes him throw the ball up and really has time to get underneath that ball, and really nice play by the corner. And so for his effort, he gets an interception.
Ikuma Mitsuya with the interception, and Japan going back to work on offense, trailing by 6, 23-17. Toss outside. Sagino trying to turn the corner and manages to pick up close to 5 yards as he'll take it just beyond the 25-yard line before Canada's defense pursues.
Again, another speed option into the boundary, picking up 5 yards on first down. They can continue to do that. They can continue to control the football and take time off the clock and wear down Team Canada.
Second down and 5 for Team Japan. 3 wide receivers in that offset eye with a big blocking back, Akatsu and Kishimura. To the air, laying it out too much on that, and that's incomplete, intended for Nishimura. Of course, the wind behind the quarterback, and I've heard quarterbacks say before, sometimes it's a little more difficult to throw with the wind behind you than into the wind because the ball can really sail up.
Well, it can, and you have a form that you want to use every time you throw the football, and when you got that wind behind, it's hard to take something off when you still got to put the ball in a tight spot. And so, yeah, with the wind behind you, it does make it difficult.
Third down. And 5 needed for the first for Team Japan. Kishimura with a shovel pass, but that goes nowhere. And, in fact, that might have been picked off. That shovel pass coming out of the pack with it is Brett Wade, the defensive tackle, but they're going to call it incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down. The ball popped loose, and then Wade scooped it up off the turf, so it'll bring up 4th down. This will be the official call on it.
That's a forward pass. Right. It touched the turf. It's incomplete.
Well, yeah, you're going to see just a shovel pass right here. And, boy, takes a great little hit right there. And I thought it stayed up, and it sure looks like it did. And,
wow.
And it sure looks like it was an interception by
Brett Wade almost did that.
And so fortunate for Team Japan.
Turns out to be just an incomplete pass. Kevin Coughlin, the punt. He's already had a couple of big punts. And he's got the wind behind him as well here in the third quarter. Coughlin with another good kick. Backpedaling Arnyek from his own 33-yard line. And good downfield coverage to wrap him up and knock him down. Downfield for Team Japan is Yui Fujitani. So down at the 38-yard line is where Team Canada will take over. Still leading with 4:02 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, you're starting to see Team Canada again step up defensively after that first drive and able to stall Team Japan after a turnover, so that's a really good play, really good series for Team Canada.
Second possession of this third quarter for the Canadians, and keeping straight ahead the quarterback, Will Finch. That's actually Hugo Richard, who's now in the quarterback. And again, we mentioned that head coach Noel Thorpe used 3 quarterbacks in the win over Sweden in the quarterfinal round. So Hugo Richard is in at quarterback now. Picked up 3 on the play, and it is second down and 7 from the Team Canada 41. And Richard to the air, and that's incomplete. He bobbled it trying to come up with it, and then to throw out intended for Alexander Savard and could not connect, and it brings up third down and 7.
Yeah, that's a timing route where it's a catch, pop, and throw, and with the snap hitting the ground, it just messes up the timing, and so that play was bad from the start.
Third down and 7 from the Canada 41. And Richard from the shotgun to throw again. Over the middle and intercepted. Japan comes up with another pick. This time coming up with the interception for Team Japan, and a great move across the middle to come up with it is Yuta Shimazuru from Nihon University, and it'll go back over to Team Japan at the Japan 36.
You know, second turnover in a row, what he does, he just overthrows it. And the center field safety just sitting there, it's just a special little gift. And strange situation for pull Finch out and put Richard in the game. And you see it cost a turnover right there, but the coach has a plan, and so he wants to get that guy in there and get him some reps. So unfortunately, he threw that interception.
2 possessions, 2 interceptions for Team Canada here in the third quarter. Japan from its own 36-yard line. And Kishimura to the air and incomplete. As it went outside, it was closest to Seigo Inaguchi, although the running back, Sagano, was also in the area, and it's incomplete. So it's second down and 10 for Team Japan. Of course, Team Canada had the 2 big interceptions, one of which returned for a touchdown, the other set up a field goal in the first half, and Team Japan also had one in the first half, and 2 more here in the third quarter for Japan. On second down and 10 from their own 36-yard line. And keeping it himself this time is Matsuda. Taku Matsuda, versatile mobile quarterback, brings it up, and a big gainer and a first down. Taku Matsuda, who's listed as a running back, lined up to take that kind of wildcat snap and sprinted around the left side and took that all the way to midfield and a first down.
Yeah, the good play fake right there caused the defensive end to take the running back, and it gave him a good chance to get on the outside. Really like the play design. We're able to gain, again, positive yards.
Matsuda out of it. Now yet another quarterback for Team Japan. This is Ryuki Nishizawa, who is in at quarterback. His first snap to take. And Nishizawa to throw on first down. This one is caught inside the 45 and down to the 43-yard line. Out of the backfield, James Takata with the catch. Marked out at the 44, so it's a pickup of 6 on the play.
I like that play. That was the same play they ran on first down where he had an incomplete, and they decided to take the short throw. And it looks like right now they're alternating quarterbacks.
So on second down. And this time, back in at quarterback is Taku Matsuda, who just had the run to pick up 6. Or the pickup 14, rather, for the first down. And Matsuda looking to run himself, being pursued around the corner and has a first down. I think it's safe to say that Taku Matsuda is in there largely in a wildcat type thing, primarily to run the football. He's had 2 runs and picked up 2 first downs.
Absolutely, and here they go alternating quarterbacks again, but really like that set that they're using because they're getting an extra blocker out front for a running back. And so you're seeing right now Team Canada is going to have to make some adjustments if they plan on stopping that.
Well, Ryusuke Nishizawa is back in at quarterback for Japan on first and 10 from the Team Canada 38-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and Japan on the move again. Nishizawa to the air and caught. Short of the first down, but the out route to Aruto Nishimura will pick up 9 yards to the 29.
again, they've found something they like in that formation right there, because each time he's been in the game, they've thrown the exact same play with a back out in the flats and a deep out, and quarterback has been on target.
So once more, rotating in with a play called. This time it goes back to Kyogo Kishimura, the original starting quarterback who's in there.
It must be nice that they have 3 kids that they can actually take snaps with. I like that, and so far it's been successful.
And remember, Ryonosuke Seki was out there in the first half when he was injured. Now straight ahead and enough for the first down is Kishimura. Kishimura picks up the first down. So 4 different quarterbacks have taken at least 2 snaps for Team Japan.
That's very impressive. That just goes to show that their coaches are very organized, very detailed, and they're able to get these kids taught in such a short time the things that they need to know.
Team Japan continues on the move, and Team Canada back on its heels right now. And the officials stopping play for a moment here. I'm not sure of the reason why. They'll go over to the side. Meanwhile, Anthony, you got to have a feeling that the Canadian defense has to be quite a bit winded here. They've been on the field for most of the third quarter.
One headset down by Canada. One headset, please, by Japan. One headset.
Here, one headset has to be taken off because there's a headset down. Canada's lost communications of one headset. So it is 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Kishimura to throw, and unable to get to that one is Hiroki Takao. So Takao unable to come up with it. It is 2nd down and 10.
You know, Kishimura does a good job there of not taking a loss on 1st down. He sees the blitz coming off the edge, and he shortens his drop and almost turns it into a really great play. Very impressed by him seeing the blitz coming off the edge and getting rid of it in time not to take a loss on 1st down.
2nd down and 10. And once more, Kishimura remains in at quarterback. James Takata, the running back now. And it'll go back to Takata in trouble and dragged down from behind. Excellent pursuit by Pierre-Luc Caron as he's dropped for a loss back to the 35-yard line. That's a loss of 7 yards on the play.
Yeah, they're in an area right now where you don't want to lose any yards because being at the 28-yard line, you're still able to kick a 45-yard field goal. Now you're backing up into the 50-yard range, and I'm not sure that the young kicker has the leg strength to make it from that far.
Well, they'll have a 3rd down coming up. 3rd down and 17 needed, and it'll be on the first play of the final quarter. Into the 3rd quarter of this U19 IFAF World Championship football semifinal with a score: Canada 23, Japan 17.
Protective equipment evolves with the player. Together, they get stronger, faster, more dynamic. They become incredibly powerful and downright visionary. And just when you think there's no room for improvement, they alter the course of history and become something extraordinary. Riddell. Protect. Perform.
All the dreams, all the hopes for the national championship come down to this play. 4th down and 5. At the 8-yard line, 3 wide receivers from the shotgun. Back to throw. He looks under pressure. He'll tuck it in and run. Down to the 5. Touchdown. Number 10 has done it again. He's taken the lead with just 19 seconds to go. Austin, it's time to celebrate at Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. This broadcast of the IFAF Under-19 World Championship on KBVO is brought to you by Marriott, the official hotel partner of USA Football, by Upper Deck, collect the best, and by St. Vincent Sports Performance, defining sports performance. Well, this should be the defining quarter of this semifinal game here to see who advances to the gold medal round, the championship game on Saturday night, as Team Japan faces a 3rd down and 17 from the Canada 35, and Kishimura under pressure, downfield, And red jerseys around it, and it's an interception picked off inside the 5-yard line by Keldon Allstott. Allstott, with his second interception of the afternoon, will give the football back to Team Canada.
You know, not a bad choice of play with it being 3rd and 17. Interception turns into really a great punt with them downing the ball at the 3-yard line. So that's one that you want him to throw it up. You're not in field goal range. You're too close to punt. So, I mean, it turns into really could be a good play for Team Japan, depending on what Team Canada can do right here.
It is the 8th turnover in this football game, each team with 4 interceptions in the game. First down and 10 from the Team Canada 4-yard line, and on the ground, breaking through upfield. Big running room for Mercer Timmis, and he takes it across the 25 out to the 26-yard line. A 22-yard rumble for Mercer Timmis. Timmis takes it, and a big run when they needed it.
Well, it looks like Team Canada, they're saying they want to play on offense, and so they're going to try to hold the ball here. Really good play selection right down there on the 3-yard line.
First down and 10 for Team Canada. Again, it is Timmis on the ground, and this time Timmis only for about a yard to the 27-yard line. Anthony, I guess we can't overstate the importance of Team Canada being able to keep the football for the total yardage favors Japan by more than 100 yards in this football game.
Yeah, and seeing what Japan has done, you would look when you look at the box score, it would be unusual to see that Team Japan was behind.
Here's Richard breaking free. Richard across midfield and takes it all the way down to the Team Japan 46-yard line. A 28-yard run by Richard and a first down for Team Canada. Team Canada also with a player shaken up on the field, but you see Richard here following blocks well.
Yeah, he just they run a little what they call a dart, and he's got a tackle leading up for him, and is able to go straight ahead and make good yardage.
Hugo Richard picks up the first down, a 28-yard run out of McGill University. Meanwhile, there's a Canadian player down on the field through 3 quarters. Listen to some of these numbers. Team Japan with 116 rushing yards, 118 passing yards. That's pretty balanced there, 234 yards of total offense. Team Canada only 46 yards on the ground, 84 through the air, 130 yards of total offense. Now, having said all that, here is Canada having moved the ball out from their 3-yard line all the way down to the Japan 46, so they've moved it 50 yards on the ground in 3 plays, more than they had amassed for the entire football game on the ground at this point.
Yeah, they've changed quarterbacks, and Rashad is being able to attack straight ahead behind some really good lead blocks by his offensive line, and it looks like they found a little weakness in Japan's front 4.
Well, 10 minutes, 49 seconds remaining in this football game. Winner of this game will advance to the championship round, the gold medal game on Saturday night at 8 o'clock to face the winner of the semifinal game to come between the number 1 seed, Team USA, and the number 5 seed, Austria. The player who was shaken up was Adre Fraser. And he's coming off the field now, so it's first down and 10 for Canada at the Japan 46 with 10:49 remaining. Hugo Richard remains in at quarterback. Has Mercer Timmis, his running back, again to the ground. It's Timmis again, and here goes Timmis. Lowers the shoulder, and another first down. Where is this Canadian ground attack come from? It's all of a sudden now down to the 29-yard line. That's another first down.
Well, you saw Coughlin. He attacked the strong side B gap, and boy, the running back makes a great cut off that and comes back weak, and there's no one there.
All of this happening on the ground after Team Canada had only 46 rushing yards through 3 quarters. But here is Richard keeping again, and as he takes it for 3 down to the 26-yard line.
Again, that was the play that he, just before he gained about 16 yards, and the timing of the snap really messed up the timing of the run, so that's why Team Japan was able to get up there and stop him.
Christopher Amoa back in at tailback now for Team Canada. Hugo Richard running the attack on second down. And the handoff to Amoa. A zone read handoff at inside the 25, down near the 22-yard line. Should bring up third down and about 3 needed for the first down. It's amazing that they're doing all of this on the ground after all of the struggles that they had through 3 quarters rushing.
Yeah, it is. It's come out, and they've become more physical on offense now.
Third down. And here's Richard again trying to follow a block. Does, but he's going to be tripped up short of the first down by about 1 yard. It's going to bring up 4th down and 1 at the 20-yard line of Team Japan.
You know, this is one of those times where do you kick it and go up by 2 scores, or do you try to get the first down and run some more time off the clock and try to, score? It looks like Coach North's going to take a few minutes to decide.
And, in fact, Team Canada will take a timeout. We'll take it as well. 8:59 to go in the ball game. It's Canada 23 and Japan 17.
KBBO serving up a double dose of the shows you want every weeknight, because we know Mondays are murder. So beat the start of the week blues with SVU.
You want to get out of my way?
Stop! Then take on Tuesdays one cold case at a time.
Recognize her? We just want to find out what happened.
And Wednesdays get wild with Burn Notice.
Well, when you put it that way.
Yeah.
You have no idea who you're dealing with. Scary guys, drugs, guns. I missed something?
I like this guy.
Stab your Thursday thrills and chills with Without a Trace.
I don't care about the consequences.
Where is she?
We have no shortage of potential suspects.
Get off the ground! This is going to end right here and right now!
And get your Friday freak out with Monk.
What is wrong with you? Where's the exit? Open that! That's an order! We're underwater, sir. It's too late.
Don't watch boring TV. Get double the shows you want on KBBO. Weeknights starting at 7.
After the timeout, Canada has decided it wants to settle for a field goal. 37-yard try by Simoneau, and Simoneau is good with it. So Simoneau puts it home, and Canada back up by 2 scores at 26-17.
Yeah, really great decision by Coach North. You know, it gets them up by 2 scores. It gives your kicker confidence because you never know that if they make it to the gold medal round and he's got to kick that one for the game winner, he knows his coach has confidence in him that he can do the job.
Here's another look at that kick. And Luis Philippe Simoneau driving it home for Team Canada.
Well, in that decision maybe to kick off both halves, giving them the decision to have the win in the fourth quarter, it looks like it's going Coach North's way.
So it's 26-17 ball game now. Japan will have to move into this breeze, down 9 points with 8:51 remaining in the game. Now, we did see Japan alternating quarterbacks move the ball downfield before the interception, their 4th interception. Team Canada with 4 interceptions. It almost seems to boil down to, Anthony, who's going to make the last big mistake.
You know, you're right. If Team Canada can just control turnovers and bad plays, then it's going to be hard to score 9 points, 10 points here in the last 9 minutes of the game.
Simoneau to kick off, and this is a shorter kick this time. It'll bounce in and fielded at the 18-yard line by Tsuneyoshi. It brings it out to the 30-yard line. So Team Japan will start from its own 30, down 9 points at 26-17 with 8:51 remaining.
You know, you hope to see Japan stay consistent with what they've been doing and not go to an air attack right now. I'd like to see Matsuda back at quarterback and alternating. They had a good little series going.
So first down and 10 for Japan from its own 30-yard line. Again, at quarterback is Kyogo Kishimura. Loading up the right side with 3 receivers, and that's where Kishimura will look to throw or keep and run, which he does. And Kishimura will keep it on the ground and out to the 37-yard line. He picks up 7 yards before he's dropped.
Yeah, you see they flooded one area, and they had 2 wide receivers on the line of scrimmage, and really it turned into a straight run.
Another player from Team Canada down on the field. In this case, it's Tanner Dahl of the University of Calgary, who is up. Very warm afternoon, as we've discussed, and it can starting to take its toll before this day is done. It's difficult. You stress pre-hydration, obviously, but you got to keep a lot of fluids in the guys. It's difficult on a hot day like this.
Absolutely. Game hydration is very important. You know, kids tend to forget that, you know, they've got to continue to drink during the game, and this is going to be tough on Team Canada. You know, they've been doubled the plays. Defensively, Team Canada's been out there a long time, and Team Japan's been alternating players. This could come down to the survival of the fittest here at the end of this fourth quarter.
It'll be 2nd down and 3 for Japan from its own 37. Just over 8.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. And Kishimura with a long look while the officials hold up play here. Once Tanner Dahl was off the field, and now Japan to go back to work offensively. Kishimura looking to throw downfield, and that is almost intercepted. Coming over to try to pick it off was John Rush. The linebackers had a big game for Team Canada. Couldn't come up with it there, but it brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, great play by the defensive end, Cesare. You see it's a little option play down the line where he's going to throw, and you see he gets up there, he's able to deflect it, and a really good play again by another one of these great defensive ends on both teams.
Charles Remy Sarrazin out of Edouard Montpete. And it is 3rd down and 3 for Team Japan. Back in at quarterback now is Nishizawa. Back to throw. Nishizawa to the air, and that should be enough for the 1st down. We'll see where they mark it. Well, yes, it will be enough. Not by a lot, but it is enough for the 1st down as Seigo Inaguchi went up top to get this one.
Yeah, it's a really great catch. You see him use his hands again. These receivers from Japan are doing a great job of catching the football. Big play, 3rd and 3. Really needed the 1st down. They've got to score here 2 times to get back in the game.
1st down and 10. And Ryosuke Nishizawa remains the quarterback for Japan, the 4th guy to take snaps today for Team Japan. Nishizawa to go to the air, going deep this time, and does have a man open. That's caught. There's a flag down. Nishimura made the catch. Now, what's going to be important is to check the flag. There are also 2 Canadian players slow to get up. Ball down at the 25-yard line, but let's check the flag. That could be a 31-yard completion if the penalty is against Team Canada.
Well, it sure looked like Nishimura made a double move on the outside. They've been throwing that 10-yard out quite often, and he was able to make a double move, and I think it should be defensive holding.
That's exactly what it is, and so penalty will be declined, and that's a 31-yard gain. Nishizawa with a pass downfield to Arudo Nishimura.
Yeah, you see Nishimura again goes up, makes a great play, but he got open because of the double move that he made right there at about 10 yards.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line, and another player banged up for Team Canada, John Rush, but he's back out there on the field. As you see right now, Keegan Arniak leaving the field, the guy with the kickoff return for the touchdown in this ball game. The heat, perhaps, and the physical pace of this 4th quarter finally starting to really take its toll. Ball is at the 25-yard line. And back in at quarterback, Kishimura. Back outside. And inside the 10, it'll be 1st and goal as the pass back to the opposite side of the field. Out of the backfield to Sayushi Sagino. It'll be 1st and goal for Team Japan.
You see Kishimura, he fakes a sprint out to the right and throws the back out on a swing route to the weak side. Really a great play design. I'm very impressed with the play call by Japan this entire game. They do a good job of mixing it up, very balanced, have a good grasp of offensive football.
The ball will be spotted at the 10-yard line, but it is 1st and goal for Team Japan. Under 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. Now we'll set up in more of a run formation. The handoff to Saginaw, and he bounces forward before he's wrapped up by, among others, John Rush. A late flag comes in down at the 7-yard line. It would be a 3-yard gain, but let's check the flag coming in on the end of the play.
Boy, this is going to be big on who it's against. It's either going to continue to be first down and inside the 5, or it's going to be first down and
go
a long
way
way
outside. Or it'll be second and goal. Look.
Unnecessary roughness.
Yep.
25 defense. After distance to the goal.
It's called on John Rush. Now watch number 25 in your screen here. Coming over to make the play. Taking him down, and that was it's the second move.
It is, that little bit of business right there at the end. That's tough, and linebackers they get paid to be aggressive, and he was being aggressive, but that one right there hurt him quite a bit.
So it is first down and goal for Japan at the Canada 3-yard line. Kishimura from the shotgun looks to keep it himself, and has an alley to the end zone and a touchdown. Hyugo Kishimura takes it in, and Japan can pull to within 2 on the extra point.
Great read by Kishimura. They went to the speed option again, and you'll see right here the defensive end is going to take the running back, and Kishimura just basically walks it into the end zone. You'll see right here he's going to take the pitch key, and Kishimura does a good job of reading, gets into the end zone. Nice play.
Here's Nanami Arawa to pull Japan to within 2 with 6:24 to go in the ball game. That kick, however, did it get through? It did. Might have got tipped at the line, but it was able to slip through. Remember, Team Canada has missed an extra point. So the lead is 2. Timeout. 6:24 to go here in the semifinal round. It's Canada 26, Japan 24.
Now listen to me. I've seen you grow as players and grow as a team. And no matter what happens out there, you will walk out of this locker room better than when you walked in. Win or lose, you are all champions.
These have always been the rooms where teams are built, and Sports Authority will always supply just the right tools. Because we have everything for every team with unbeatable values. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
JV to varsity to college, it takes serious training to maximize your potential. The St. Vincent Sports Performance Center has more than 125 years combined experience training some of the best athletes in the world. Why do they come here? To define the undefined.
26-24. Canada lead is down to 2 points after the touchdown drive for Team Japan, which will kick off now. And by the way, Keegan Arniak is not on the field. Remember, he left earlier, was either shaken up or perhaps cramping up, was tired. This is a high pop-up kick, and it'll be fielded at the 30-yard line. And on his feet, out across the 35 and all the way out near the 40-yard line because of that short kick. It will be Team Canada with the football after that return takes it out near the 40-yard line by Alexander Heward, and the Canadians will start with good field position with 6:16 to play.
Yeah, they did, but that kick right there, really liked it. We call it a pooch kick, and they cause havoc on opposing return teams.
Now, how important is it for Canada to have a sustained drive here with the lead down to 2 and some disruption on the zone read handoff, but it does go forward and still plowing forward for 3, 4, almost 5 yards is Mercer Timmons. The other thing that we talked about, what this game boils down to, you mentioned survival of the fittest, Anthony. How about which defense can hold out enough to make a stand?
That's it. It's really going to be it's going to be up to the defense from here till the end of the game. Who can make that stand and get their team the football? It's going to be which defense is the strongest.
Second down and 5 from the Canada 44. Again, here goes Timmis breaking through. Mercer Timmis with a first down. The last man with a chance to get him pulls him down at the 35-yard line for Team Japan. Shogi Miyagawa, and it saved what would have been a touchdown, but Miyagawa saved what would have been a touchdown run.
Yeah, Timmis is strong running back. I'd like to see him get more carries in the first half, but you can see this guy, he sees the hole, has great vision, and is able to get north and south real fast.
Timmis checks out now. Andreas Robinson on the field, and this time it's Richard keeping it himself, but he'll go down the 36-yard line. And once more was Naoto Miyata coming over on the stop for Japan, which knows it really has to have a stop now under 5 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, this is big. They really need to stop them right here, keep them out of field goal range, make them punt, so they're able to only need a field goal to put themselves ahead.
Second down and 10 from the 36-yard line. This time outside is Robinson. Now back inside, Andreas Robinson with a first down and down to the 15-yard line. A huge 21-yard gain by Andreas Robinson.
Yeah, just at the right time for Team Canada. You see Team Japan is really slanting inside, trying to stop all the inside run, and he does a great job of bouncing it outside.
Robinson, who attends Exeter Prep in New Hampshire, with the big run there, and it's first down at the 15-yard line of Japan as the clock ticks closer down to 4 minutes to play in the football game. Canada with the ball and a 2-point lead. To the ground, Timmis back on the field, but this time he's met and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Big hit to drop him by Naoki Hayashi, the free safety, and it's no gain.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to get some help with their secondary, and knowing that Canada has abandoned the pass right now, they're going to try to get 8 guys in the box.
Canada trying to run as much off the clock as possible, down to 3:45 remaining, and just a 2-point lead. Second down and 10. This time Richard looking to throw, and it's caught down to the goal line, still on his feet, down to the 1-yard line, down at the one with a catch, Alexander Savard. It'll be first and goal, and what a time for Canada to come up with its first pass of the drive.
Wow, what a gutsy call. I just said that they were going to abandon the throw. They've been running the ball so well, but really a nice little play, and just a surprising call. Nice. It turned out really well.
First and goal, Team Canada. Touchdown here could just about put it out of reach. Up 2 with just over 3 minutes remaining in the ball game. It's Richard to keep it, and he's in for the touchdown. Hugo Richard takes it across for a gigantic touchdown for Team Canada with 3:09 to play.
Yeah, that's going to put them 2 scores ahead again. And so, well, this extra point here, they're only 8 ahead right now, so this extra point's really important.
You would almost think that maybe Noel Thorpe might consider going for 2 here to try to get it to a 10-point ball game, but they will try to go ahead and just go for the single point. Semino comes on for the conversion. The kick by Semino is good, so it's a 9-point Team Canada lead with 3:09 remaining in the ball game at 33-24. So the 9-point lead for Team Canada, and here's Japan knowing again it needs 2 scores here with 3:09 remaining.
Yeah, knowing that you need 2, they're gonna have to score here quick. Onside kick, get the ball back. So they've got to have a plan. I know yesterday in practice they worked really hard at onside kicks, but here you see Timmis, just explosive runner. Really been very impressed with his running here in the second half. And here you see the great vision and the great gain right there that puts him down near in scoring range. And you see this play action pass, nice throw, and a really good move after the catch right here. Almost gets into the end zone, but one play later they score, and you see Team Canada really almost ready to put the nail in the coffin.
3 big plays on the drive. 2 huge runs, one by Mercer Timmis, the other by Andreas Robinson, and then the pass from Hugo Richard to Alexander Savard. And as we said, which defense could hold on? Well, Japan's defense couldn't that time. Now it's Canada's turn with a 9-point lead and 3:09 remaining. Japan has 2 timeouts left. Here's the kickoff. And fielded over the shoulder by Tsuneyoshi. Tsuneyoshi wrapped up, popped pretty hard as he goes down. Good coverage downfield for Team Canada. And it was Nicholas Easterbrook on the tackle, and now Japan down 9 points and only 3:03 remaining. Needing some offense in a hurry and needing to move the ball downfield, get scoring, as you mentioned, Anthony. be forced to go to an onside kick. That's if they can get it in the end zone to begin with.
Yeah, they need to score here quick.
First down for Team Japan from the 25. Under pressure. Here's Kishimura with some running room now. And Kishimura will take it across the 35 to the 36-yard line, an 11-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, great little scrambling ability. He sees he didn't have anything at the top, and so he came back out. And you'll see he's looking to throw downfield and did a great job of covering it. So he pulls it down and he's able to get the first down, stop the clock, and now they need to get moving a little bit faster here as the clock's moving.
First down and 10. 2:40 to play in the ball game. And Ishimura looking to throw this time. Up the sideline, and that ball is caught. Nice catch made by Nishimura from Kishimura up the sidelines. And he'll take it all the way down to the 36-yard line and a first down.
Well, at the rate they're going right now, they get themselves into field goal range. But a great little pass right here. Really good concentration. It looks like he's going to get the wind knocked out of him. Lands on the football right there. Hopefully he can be back in here real quick.
Now, Team Canada's willing to give them the middle of the field as long as they have to make them use the center of the field that keeps the clock moving or forced to use timeouts. So it's first and 10 at the 36-yard line, but the clock is moving now with just 2:08 to go. And Nishimura to throw again. Trouble, and Kishimura goes down. Brought down by Charles Remy Sarazen. Sack made back of the 42-yard line, and Japan forced to call a timeout with just 1:54 to go. Big time for a big play by the Canadian defense.
Yeah, they really needed that. That was they're going to wait. They're going to have to call a timeout. They're going to have to regroup, and it gives Team Canada a chance to take a breather, and so that's going to help them out here to defend this last minute and 54 seconds on the clock.
Yeah. Down to one timeout left. Here's the other thing to consider, Anthony. Not only does Japan need 2 scores, you say, well, they're down 9, so if they got a touchdown, recovered an onside kick, a field goal would win it. Remember, they're going into the wind here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, so they're going to have to you're going to think that they're going to have to really get it inside the 20-yard line to have a chance at a field goal if it gets down to that part.
Loss of 6 yards on the play, second down and 16. Team Japan down to one timeout remaining and running out of time. Back in at quarterback is Nishizawa. And down he goes. So Nishizawa unable to get going because Nicholas Easterbrook comes around and drops him for a loss back to the 46, a loss of 4 more.
Yeah, Team Canada right now, they're able to be super aggressive. They've got their secondary sitting way back, and the defensive line, they're just going straight ahead. They've got no responsibility but go get the quarterback, and they know it's a passing situation. Makes it easier to defend if you're a defensive lineman.
Third down and 20 for Team Japan, and Kishimura back in at quarterback. Deep over the middle, and it's incomplete. The coverage back there supplied by Pierre-Luc Caron, dropping back in coverage there to knock the ball away from Nishimura, and Japan down to its final hope.
Yeah, they're going to have to put it back in the air. They've got a long way to go, and so it's almost Hail Mary time.
Big defensive play made there by Pierre-Luc Caron, who's had a big defensive afternoon for Team Canada.
He has, and Nishimura almost came down with that. I'd like to see, he's done a good job of catching the football tonight. He and Kinoshita, I'd like to see them throw the ball up to him.
Fourth down and 20 needed for Japan. Here is Kishimura lofting it downfield, and that pass is incomplete. Closing in on it was Kevin McGee, but he kept it away from Hiroki Takeo, and that's going to do it. Team Canada takes over with 1:03 to go, and it looks like the number 2 seed will survive and advance to the championship round on Saturday night.
You know, these two teams here have played each other closely for the last 2 years, 3 years, and what an exciting game. Really impressed with these players and the way they played the game. Quarterbacks, the play calls by the Japan offensive coordinator really impressed with his play selection and his the types of plays that he ran.
Canada taking a timeout here with 1:03 to go before things get started, just to make sure everybody understands the instructions here about not trying to do anything. You just go ahead and you down the football a couple of times. Japan can only stop it once, so maybe you take 3 kneel downs, and that should do it before Canada will survive. And the final stats are going to show Japan, I think, with an edge. It might be pretty close because of that last drive Canada had. But Japan dominated a lot of those offensive numbers for the better part of 3 quarters. But Canada was able to come up with some big interceptions and a couple of big plays. And that last drive they had for the score was really huge.
Yeah, it really boils down to turnovers. Turnovers, and and that's why they say it's such a big part of the game. And the team that wins the turnover battle wins the football game about 92% of the time.
Hugo Richard put down the knee, and of course Richard came up with the big play, that big pass to Alexander Savard, drove them down. And really, when you think about it, Anthony, when the ball game was a 26-24, before it was a 26-24 ball game, when Canada was able to move the ball out from the shadow of its own goalpost, get it downfield and kick a field goal when it was a 23-17 contest. That was big drive number 1 of the second half. The second was that final touchdown mark.
Absolutely. That the play where Team Japan had them inside the 3-yard line, and Timmons had the long run to get them out of their back of their end zone. That was really the key play, with the score being within 1 score. And so to see Team Canada drive the football, it's when they really started becoming more physical, decided to put the ball in the running back and quarterback's hands in terms of running and abandon the pass, were able to do some really good things against Japan's good defense. I thought Japan played well tonight. The last 3 or 4 series has been not as good, but for the majority of the game, I thought they played well.
Canada will only need to snap the football 1 more time, and then they will claim the semifinal round victory and move on to the championship game, the gold medal game, on Saturday night against either Team USA or Team Austria. That's the second semifinal. That's coming up live at 8 o'clock on KBVO, with the winner to advance to play the Canadians for the gold medal on Saturday night. Japan will have a chance to earn a bronze medal. They will play in the bronze medal game Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock against the loser of the game between the U.S. and Austria. One final snap. Richard will put down the knee, and that's going to do it. Well, Canada the 2 seed, Japan the 3 seed, play another very entertaining game. But it is the 2 seed that survives and advances to the championship round. Final score here in the semifinal round of the IFAF Under-19 World Championship. Team Canada 33, Team Japan 24. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
You didn't choose to travel like this. But you can choose to travel like this. And enjoy more of this, and this. It's a new stay. This is Courtyard.
Austin's homegrown Mighty Fine does all the things required to make a truly premium burger. The meat is all natural, no hormones or preservatives, ground on site, fresh every day. Patties are hand-formed, and finally, to keep them juicy, the patties are allowed to cook naturally, never smashed or pressed down. A better burger that actually is a better burger. Mighty Fine burgers, fries, shakes.
Protective equipment evolves with the player. Together, they get stronger, faster, more dynamic. They become incredibly powerful and downright visionary. And just when you think there's no room for improvement, they alter the course of history and become something extraordinary. Riddell. Protect. Perform.
All the dreams, all the hopes for the national championship come down to this play. 4th down and 5. At the 8-yard line, 3 wide receivers from the shotgun. Back to throw. He looks under pressure. He'll tuck it in and run. Down to the 5. Touchdown. Number 10 has done it again. He's taken the lead with just 19 seconds to go. Austin, it's time to celebrate at Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Team Canada defeats Team Japan by a score of 33-24 to advance to the championship round. Today's play of the game is brought to you by the Debris Inhibitor by Power Sox, a gold toe brand. And it was really more than one play because it was 3 big plays on the final scoring drive for Canada, a run by Mercer Timmis, then Andreas Robinson with a big run, Anthony.
Absolutely. That really sealed it. Here, coming up here, the next play is going to be the play action pass that gets them down to the 1-yard line. Just a great 3-play selection in a row that sealed the victory for Team Canada.
That set up the touchdown run.